UFC 316 is now done and dusted. I'm telling you guys. I'm going to rate this card a solid 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed the prelims, the early prelims, and the main card as well. I enjoyed every single one of it from top to bottom. I'm telling you. Like, if there's 100 things going on TV, I'm telling you one thing. UFC pay-per-view is the number one thing to watch. I'm tuning into a UFC pay-per-view all day long, no matter what is on TV, no matter what is happening at that moment. If I got to pick one thing to watch every day of the week and twice on a Sunday, it's going to have to be a UFC pay-per-view. Even a fight night, a good fight night. I know we've been having some crappy fight nights, but man, I still watch everything. Like, there's always one or two good fights in every card, you know. I'm happy enough with that UFC 316, man. UFC 316, I'm happy enough. 8.5 for me anyways. What do you guys think? I'm sure most of you guys have watched it. Let me know what you think. What would you rate this card? Let's start with the main event, man. The main event. Merab Dvalishvili taking on Sean O'Malley. Oh, oof. I'm going to have to admit one thing. I was wrong in my prediction. I did mention it was going to be a tough fight. It was a 50-50 fight. I did mention that, man. And I thought Sean O'Malley might get it done. Just from the way it was, you know, building up to this fight, the things that he did leading up to it, you know, giving up social media, all this kind of good stuff, you know, just little distractions make a big difference. And only you knows yourself deep down inside what you need to do, what you need to change. And Sean O'Malley made those changes in his life. But that makes no difference when you're fighting an animal machine like Merab Dvalishvili. I'm telling you, this guy, man, Merab, oh my God. Ooh. I don't even know who's going to beat him. He has to beat himself. Merab has to beat himself in that octagon. And the funny thing about it as well, like the scary thing now for those guys in that division, I'm telling you, it's not just about the cardio anymore. His cardio needs to be studied, obviously. It's not just about that anymore. His striking is getting better. He's obviously a wrestler. His striking is getting better, man. He's two-toe to toe with Sean O'Malley, one of the best strikers in that division. Corey Sandhagen. You know what I mean? Like strike to striking. Like it's just, oh my goodness. And one of the reasons why he could do that as well, I'm telling you, is simply because Sean O'Malley has to be very careful about the takedown. So every time the takedown is behind his head, he's thinking, oh, he's going to take me down. He's going to take me down. Even his stands were low. If you notice it, he was ready for whatever Merab was coming to shoot. Like, you know, he had to be ready. And you could see he was feinting the uppercuts, feinting the knees. You know, like just trying to tell Merab, if you're coming, I can catch you with this. Man, so for those reasons alone, Merab striking is just better anyways, because you kind of forget about the striking of the other person because you're worried about it wrestling so much. You know what I'm trying to say? Regardless, it doesn't matter. Merab is a machine. I don't know how he does this. Merab was only getting started. That guy could have gone another 20 rounds that night. And he's a funny man. What's there not to love about Merab Dvalishvili? What's there not to love about him? And he's humble as well. He keeps saying Aljamain Sterling is the GOAT of the bantamweight. He's not. He just doesn't want to say himself. Obviously, he can't really say himself, but he keeps saying Aljamain Sterling helps him out a lot. That friendship between those two boys is unreal, man. Real friends right there, but those two boys are real friends. I do appreciate when I see real friends like that because it's very hard to come across, I'm telling you. Very hard to come across. Merab Dvalishvili, who is going to beat that guy? Corey Sandhagen is next. The same way we keep thinking, sorry, Corey Sandhagen can do something. You know the way Corey Sandhagen fights? He is very technical. He is very technical, actually. He is good. He could cause some problems for Merab. But man, I'm not picking against Merab. I think Merab will beat everybody in that division. Everyone in that division. He will beat everyone in that division. The only person that I think might be able to beat him, but I think he should fight another 2 fights. Take it easy, come back. You know what I mean? Just come back, like, you know, like, I'm still not even sure. I don't even know to even mention this name, to be honest with you. It's Umar. I think Umar might be able to get it done. But look, I can't bet against Merab anymore. Father Time is going to defeat that guy. Father Time is going to defeat him. He has to be the one to defeat himself, honestly. Look at that, man. What the hell was that choke that he finished Sean O'Malley with, actually? Like, it was like a guillotine or something, and then Sean O'Malley turned around. He kind of gave his back, and then he turned around again. I'm confused myself what that choke was. And then he went on a north-south. You see the way when he had him, Sean O'Malley was lying down straight, facing up. And then he only had his neck as well. He had his neck, and then kind of a north-south choke. He just put all his weight onto it. Sean O'Malley couldn't breathe, man. He couldn't breathe. He had to tap. He had to tap. He had to tap, man. That was a spectacular performance by Merab Dvalishvili, I'm telling you. Spectacular. He just sealed that deal. If they fought 50 times, Sean O'Malley is not winning once. I'm telling you. 50 times, 100 times the fight, Merab Dvalishvili is winning that fight every day of the week. And I think it's even going to get better and better and worse and worse. I still love Sean O'Malley, though. You lose, you lose, you win doesn't really define you as a fighter. It's how you come back. Come back and fight. Sean O'Malley tried his best, it's just not good enough to beat an animal like Merab. The style is, man, Merab is just an animal. He's just an animal. I could go all day to tell you about Merab. I could actually go all day, make an half an hour video about Merab, man. I'm telling you one thing. Fair play to that man, boy. Fair play to that man. These are the kind of champions that you want as well. Funny guy, dedicated. It's going to be hard to beat. It's going to be really, really hard to beat. Really, really hard to beat. I'm telling you this now. Let's go to the co-main event, man. This is the fight I was looking forward to the most on the old card, man. You know what I mean? The trash talk was on point by Juliana Pena. Kayla Harrison was giving her shots back, She had to say stuff back as well. But Juliana Pena instigated the trash talk, obviously. She's a trash talker, man. You know what I mean? I keep saying this, and I said this. Juliana Pena is not the most technical or skillful fighter on the planet. She's far from it. But her toughness and greedy, like what I mean? She goes and goes, man. She doesn't give up. But Kayla Harrison is too much. She's too much. I don't even know how she makes that weight cut. Apparently, she was dying a few days before the weigh-in. I don't know how she does it, but fair play to her. She still did it. A professional, two-time Olympian, man. Two-time Olympian. Those are the most professional people on the planet, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? You know what it takes to be an Olympian. Guys, I don't even have to explain to you what it takes to be an Olympian. Just Google it. Just common sense, what it takes to be an Olympian, like. I knew she was going to get it done. I had no doubt about it. But I still had some scenarios in my head. Maybe Juliana Pena clips her or something, and then she gets tired. Kayla Harrison gets tired. Juliana Pena keeps getting back up when she gets taken down, and she can't finish her and ends up clipping Kayla Harrison or something, and then finishing Kayla Harrison or something like that. But I knew that was like the last result. That was the last result. My prediction was a ground and pound. I probably thought a ground and pound would have done the job for Kayla Harrison. She didn't even have to do much ground and pound by. That Kimura, man, I'm telling you, another split half a second, that arm would have completely gone off the socket. I'm telling you, it would have completely gone off the socket. The Kimura was deadly. She's strong, man. Kayla Harrison is stronger than your average man. I'm telling you, she's stronger than your average man. 100%, man. She's stronger than your average man. But imagine that Kimura, man. You know what Kimura is? Your two hands and your body on one person's hand, and you're trying to rip it off. Basically, that's what it is. You're using your whole body and your two hands on. She did the right thing for tapping. And I was worried the referee didn't see the first tap. It was after the third tap that the referee stopped the fight. That would have been a career-changing moment for Juliana Pena. I'm still sure her arms are kind of a bit loose, even, like she probably feels a bit of a pain on her arm for the next couple of days. Definitely, like, Kayla Harrison, happy for her. Very good human being, apparently. They all are, really, like, most of them are good human beings. Just like the rest of us, like, they don't mean any harm. They're just going there to fight. You know what I mean? Like, so, very good human being, apparently. Happy for her. And then Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, one of my favorite fighters of all time, Amanda Nunes. Killer Harrison is topping it up for me too. I like Killer Harrison a lot now, man. I'm beginning to like her a lot. The way she fights, she's an animal. I like animals. I like people that can fight, skillful fighters, animals. I love them. I effing love them, I'm telling you. Like, so like, Killer Harrison, like, fair play, Amanda Nunes, she came up into the octagon, they squared up. You know what I'm trying to say? I can't wait for this fight. I don't know when it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen next year. I don't think it's going to happen this year in 2025 at all. It's probably next year. But either way, whenever it happens, I'm going to be watching and you're going to be watching, obviously. Guys, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, guys. Honestly, like, it's kind of an interesting moment in the UFC. We have some shitty fight nights coming. We also have some really good pay-per-views coming. So, actually, one thing before I go on to some of the other important fights on the card, I'm not going to mention all the fights. I only mention the ones that make sense to mention, is Amanda Nunes hasn't fought in a while. She's coming to fight a beast that is focused, that wants to be the GOAT, called the GOAT. That is why she's cutting so much weight. If there was a 155 weight class for women, she'd be fighting at 155. But there's not much women that are big or skillful like her, 155. So she has to cut down a lot of weight. Apparently in the Olympics, she was fighting at 170 something, 171 or something. That's a big jump to 135, man. How is she cutting the weight? Professional, man. Determination, man. That is it. Well, that is it for the co-main event. I can't wait to see what's next. If it's going to be Amanda Nunes, I'll be watching. But Killer Harrison, I'm not missing a fight. Ever. I'm not missing a fight. That's for sure. Another fight I want to mention is Kevin Holland taking on Vicente Luque. Vicente Luque is a tough SOB. No doubt about that. Vicente Luque is a tough SOB. Kevin Holland came on top. He won Vicente Luque. That fight, I wasn't really sure, to be honest. I love Kevin Holland, actually. I saw him live. I took a picture with him. He's a very cool guy. He seems... But God damn it, man. Vicente Luque. You know, like... And Kevin Holland, that guy is making a lot of money. The guy fights every time. He definitely getting paid good, and he fights often than your average fighter. That is how to do it, man. Pile up the money, man. Fight as much as you can. Fight as much as you can. Kevin Holland and Vicente Luque. That was a good fight. I was enjoying the shit out of that fight, man. And then all of a sudden, the dash choke from nowhere with his long arms, man. If you're fighting MMA and you have a long hand, you should incorporate dash choke into it, man. You should incorporate dash choke into it. You know what I mean? Because even when people like sprawl, you know what I mean? When they're trying to take you down and you sprawl, or they sprawl rather, you know, that kind of a way, there's a way, you know, like there's a way you can probably get a dash choke on them. You know what I'm trying to say? When you sprawl and when they're trying to take you down, that kind of a way, there's a way you can probably get a dash choke if you have a long arm, that kind of a thing. But anyways, man, Kevin Holland, fair play to him, boy. Fair play to him. I wasn't expecting that dash choke, I'm telling you. I really wasn't expecting it, man. Fair play to the guy. Kevin Holland is a must-see TV. He's probably going to fight again before the end of the year. I'm going to be surprised if he fights again in October even. You know what I mean? That was another fight I needed to mention. And also Batista taking on Patchy Mix, the new guy in the UFC. I was expecting so much from him, but I wasn't expecting him to be a punching bag. He was just collecting blows all night. It's like he wasn't moving his head or anything like that. You can't last long in the UFC fighting that way. You can't last long, I'm telling you. They're saying it's the octagon jitters and all that crack. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But from what I saw, he can't be a champion in that division. He needs to do some other things. And apparently he's a wrestler. I don't know why he didn't use his wrestling, man. Trying to entertain the fans, I don't know. Or was it just difficult to take down Batista? I don't know what happens to him. But people are saying he's so good, he's really good. I watched one or two of his fights, but I still can't see it yet. Maybe the next fight. The same with Pitbull. When Pitbull came, you know, he made his debut a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, whatever. The UFC does something different to you. It does something really, really different to you for sure. 100%. So like, I don't know. I don't want to comment yet. I want to give him the second fight of the even Merab Dvalish's, you know, the guy lost. Apparently, I think the first 2 fights in the UFC, they were controversial decision, but he still lost his first 2 fights, though. You know what I mean? And he hasn't lost in the last 13 fights. Imagine they caught him and they said, nah, caught him. Nah, so I tend to kind of give benefit of the doubt. I try to kind of give, like in the third fight, then I will see how you really are when you're coming into the UFC. The first 2 fights, I don't really judge you on that. Even if you're knocking people out in the first 2 fights, I still don't really judge you on that because it could be tomato cans you're fighting. There isn't any in the UFC, I'm not going to lie, but you know what I mean? You haven't even started your journey yet. You haven't fought the top 20 even. You know what I mean? So I tend to kind of ease down a little bit to see what happens in the next couple of fights. So that is exactly what I'm going to do for Patchy Mix, I'm telling you. That is exactly what I'm going to do for him. So those are the fights in the main card that they're probably worth mentioning, really. You know what I mean? It was a good card, like it was a very good card. There's this other guy in the prelims, Yo Sung-yu. Yeah, Yo Sung-yu. That guy is also someone to watch, man. He's also someone to watch. That knockout he got, man. That knockout that he got in that prelims. I'll be watching that guy. Apparently, it was in the Fight Contender they brought him in from. So those kind of guys. Merab as well was from the Fight Contender, I think. So all these guys that they're bringing in, I'm just gonna keep watching them, you know. Just keep putting an eye on them. I'll keep putting an eye on them just to see how these things play out. Because there's a lot of prospects coming up as well. But prospects, let's say there's 100 prospects, for example, 50 prospects, for example. There's probably only going to be 2 or 3 that survive it. The rest of them will decline. Boom. By the time they start meeting all these tough guys, boom, they'll decline. So prospect, even that word prospect, you know, you could lose your next fight and you're pretty much going down from there. You're pretty much going down from there. Some of them lose their next fight and come up again. Just depends. So, man, UFC316 was beautiful, was brilliant, man. I enjoyed every single fight. There's a lot of fights in the card, but I'm just mentioning the ones that I'm interested in, those ones that I really liked, and those ones that I think are worth mentioning. So, yeah. So that is it for that. Like, and I hope you guys enjoy the fights. Let me know what you think about the fights, though. You know what I mean? Tell me your ratings and stuff like that, like, you know. And then I'm going to see you guys at the next video. And feel free to subscribe. Like the video and share it as well if you like. And I'll see you at the next one.